Nicely put. So now we are joined by the host of Inside Devils, Flex. Flex, welcome to Inside Gooners.
Thanks for having me. You choose the right time to reel me out, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely, of course. Going to do it straight after a nice Arsenal win. So, Flex, first of all, what did you make of the team that Amorim selected?
There was a few eyebrows raised, actually. The fact that Ahmad didn't start, I was very surprised at that. The fact that Marcus Rashford didn't start, because he does love a game at the Emirates, even though we're on the wrong end of the result. I do think that he enjoys and relishes playing at the Emirates, and has got a couple of goals in the last couple of seasons there. I was really surprised to see Terrell Malacia start at left wing back, having spent somewhat 560 odd days out of football. Had a tough time in Europa League on Thursday night against Bodo Glimt. Came off at half-time in that game, but didn't play particularly well, which is understandable. So to ask him to deal with Saka in that first 45 minutes was what I thought would have been a big ask, but he did okay. So yeah, I think that Amorim, in the name, he's been saying he's going to rotate the squad. We've got a lot of games to play. He's trying to find out who his best team is. And we've got a lot of players who are coming back from really, really long-term injuries. And we lost Luke Shaw again just before we played you as well. So there were problems he had to sort. So I understand being 4 games in and still sort of having this rotation. But there were some eyebrows raised, definitely, from our starting team.
Yeah, there was some interesting moments of people saying, welcome to the Premier League, Amorim.
Well, it was welcome to the Bet365 Stadium. That's what it was. That's what it was.
I thought we were friends.
Nobody's friends when it's the next day.
It's really funny. It's really funny because when Clive and I spoke on Inside Devils, actually, Clive was basically saying, and I agreed, and I put it to Clive, that right-hand side of Arsenal's with Saka and Timber played very well, by the way, Odegaard, I just thought they'd have the luxury of the Emirates. And actually, the way the game panned out, it's actually the set pieces we're talking about, which is a common thing for Arsenal, I know, because they're so good at them. But it wasn't the likes of the free-flowing football that you'd probably expect from Arsenal. I think we did a good job of nullifying a lot of Arsenal's preferential play in open play. But the disparity between the two teams was there. The fact that Arsenal had 13 corners and we had 0 shows just who was asking the questions and who was answering them. So, listen, I'm having a bit of tongue-in-cheek in terms of the Bet365. And, I said to a few of the Arsenal fans down there, I know you're playing red and white in block, but you need to change that to stripes going down. You need to be a bit more like Stoke. But you deserve the win. And there's different ways to skin a cat, right? And last time I checked, set pieces are a big part of it. And really, we're all just mad because we don't know how to stop it. I sat in that away end. I saw all those Arsenal players at the back post time and time and time again after the corners. I'm just like, somebody do something. It feels like they're going to score with every single delivery, and they could have had more from the set pieces.
Flex, surely you guys talk about the game kind of being decided by set pieces. Surely it was because you guys turned up playing like a team that should be playing at the Bet365 Stadium that the game came down to that.
No, we turned up like a team who looked like they're 3 or 4 games into their manager. I saw another team who's 5 years into their manager, and we managed to. I was pleased at the fact we managed to stifle them. I'm not going to lie. In the first half, Emirates was quiet, mate. And Ruben Amorim spoke about it after, saying that you could feel the atmosphere. The fans were a little bit disgruntled because, and you guys will know better than me, I think you wouldn't have expected that type of performance from Arsenal. And I think it is partially down to how we set up. Yes, be compact. We know what we are. We know how far away we are from where we want to get to versus who we're playing against. 5 against West Ham, 5 against Sporting. Everyone, Odegaard's back in the goals. So we had to be really, really careful that the game wasn't over before it even started. So I think we did a good job of stinking the place out, as you call it. But, there wasn't much in it. No shots on target for both teams at the end of the first half. But there was only one team who, I admit, who was going to be able to raise their level. And like you say, mate, you're right. Like the fact that you had 13 corners means that we were camped in. And from the attack-wise, which the manager said afterwards, Ruben Amorim, he said that, we need time to work on those attacking patterns. We had nothing in the final third. 6 final third entries compared to Arsenal's 35 or 36, I think it was. So, yeah, we've got loads to work on. But actually, you know what? It sounds a bit defeatist, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie.
Flex, to be fair, I think when Amorim arrived, of all those 4 games that he started with, the Ipswich one, Bodo Glimt, Everton, and this one was probably the one that I would think, listen, this is probably one that we lose, and we don't count on anything on this one, apart from, like we've been saying, a bit of a squad review. Let's see who can play well. Let's try Mason Mount inside 10. Let's try Malacia again, those kind of stuff. Lenny Yoro came on, which I was really happy with. But in a way, did you see it that way as well? It was a bit of a free card in a way. We go to the Emirates. If we win, great. If we get a point, great. But it's more likely that we're not going to win or get a point. So we learn from it and we move on.
100%, Julien. That's exactly how we saw it. And I know people can... There's 2 ways of looking at this, right? Oh, the mighty Man United. You're saying it's okay to go to Arsenal and lose and it's a free hit. Well, in the grand scheme of Man United, the badge, no. But in reality of where Manchester United are as a team, all the pressure was on Arsenal to win last night. And they've done that and now closed the gap on Liverpool, who dropped points, which is why it's essential Arsenal won. Yeah. We're just doing exactly what you just said there. Ruben Amorim is trying to have a look at this squad. He's trying to manage the load of players who have been out of football for a very, very long time. And we have a really, really condensed fixture list, as does everybody. And he's trying to get to grips with who's there. And I like it. I mean, I think we might have dropped the bag by not starting Ahmad, considering that Zinchenko and Julien had to play down that left-hand side. And you saw Ahmad going at Zinchenko, got him booked. If he would have started the game, it might have been different. But I'm not mad at Ruben Amorim. And I like the way he's talking. One thing we know, when you walk into a football club, if you have the transparency with the fans and the clarity with the fans, it's easier to buy in. And I think Ruben Amorim was very clever before this game. He said, we will get found out soon. He said it, we will get found out. And it's almost like, you're right, Julien. We looked at this game and we say, right, Arsenal, let's be honest, in my heart of hearts, I knew we'd lose. It's a step too far, too soon for us to play against Arsenal. And we never win at Arsenal, ever. I'm fed up of it. Since Jesse Lingard made it the dance floor, we haven't won there. And I hate that. And I hate going there. So we always do lose there. And I thought we would. The same, we've got City away. Probably going to be too soon for us. Spurs away, Liverpool away. You'd probably want some of those at home for a big atmosphere, but we haven't got it. So we have to just take the small wins, the fact that we were compact, the fact that we try some players in different positions, and the fitness is rising.
So on this, are you looking forward to the FA Cup game?
No. Dion Dublin. I don't know why. He's supposed to be doing us a favour. And then again, we've got to come back in January. I just can't get a break from this place. I hate going to the Emirates because we always lose. You can tell the frustration in my voice, and now we've got to come back in January. What we will be by then, though, hopefully, it's not too far away, but in a few weeks' time, hopefully, I hope we show a little bit more intent at the attacking side of the pitch, because we do need more time to do that. I think we've got big problems in terms of a bit of an identity crisis, which you would expect, because we've spent over £600 million investing into a squad for Erik ten Hag that didn't play the Ajax way, didn't play the Manchester United way. It's a mishmash of nothing, let's be honest. Garnacho is not great in that inside 10. He's got to learn that. Rashford, is that a natural fit for him? Probably not, but he's got problems up front. Dallow's been struggling at wing-back, whether it's left or right, but Mazraoui's done excellent. But Yoro's back in there. Luke Shaw's now out injured. So we've got a lot to fix. But no, Talia, I'm not looking forward to coming back to the Emirates in January.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm going to take your word for it. Oh,
as the holders.
Okay, well, I'm going to take your word for it anyway. And I'm actually going to say, well, if that's it, you're not going to win at the Emirates, then I look forward to seeing you in January at the FA Cup game. Thank you for joining, Flex.
Thank you. Cheers, guys.